Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In my last video I taught you how to draw trend lines and I gave you some tips concerning trend line. Okay, so in this video I still want to talk about trend lines because there are some things I still want to touch on. All right, so I want to teach you how to draw sharper trend lines in order to enter the market at the right time. Okay, in order to enter the market at a better position. All right, that's what this video is about. So let me get my trend line and show you some example of what I'm trying to teach you in this particular video. Okay, so I want to draw this trend line right here. You can see, let me move it a bit. So I have this trend line right now on the charts, and you can see that the trend line was broken. The trend line was broken at this point. Okay, so that was a sign for me to enter, a buy position in order for price to move in the upwards direction. And you can see what happened right here. The trend line was tested again. It was tested, then it moved upwards. All right, but what I want to show you is that there's a way you can draw a sharper trend line by drawing a trend line within this trend line that you already have in order for you to enter at an earlier position. So how do you do that? I'll show you. I just want you to know that something like this exists, so you also have it in your arsenal. Okay, so let me click here. All right, so I'm trying to connect, this is like a downtrend, so I'm trying to connect this swing eye with this other swing eye right here. Do you see that? Let me point at what I'm doing. So this swing eye here, I'm trying to connect it with this other swing eye. Okay, in order to have another trend line within this trend line. You understand? So what was this going to help you to do? It will help you enter a little earlier. As you can see, this trend line that I just drew was broken around here, so I'll be looking for entry opportunities around this region where I just drew this stuff. Okay, so I will enter a little bit earlier compared to someone that will enter somewhere here. I hope you are getting the concept I'm trying to explain. Okay, so basically that's just what I want to show you in this video. I want you to know that this system exists. You can draw a trend line within a trend line. I call it a sharper trend line. That's just the name I give to it, a sharper trend line. All right, so let me see if I have another example that I can show. Okay, I think I can do this. Let me get my trend line. So from this spot like this, let me balance it well. So this is a trend line, okay, this way. This is a trend line this way. You can see this trend line. Within this trend line, I can still draw that trend line because this is an uptrend. There is an higher high up there that the trend line is not touching. I can draw a fresh trend line to touch it. You can see this higher high here. Sorry, this lower high rather. This lower high here. You can see that the trend line is not touching it, so I can draw a new trend line to touch it, giving me a sharper entry. So if I were to enter with this trend line I just drew, that means I'll wait for this point to get broken. As you can see, it was broken here, so that's the region where I'll be looking for my sell position in order to move downwards. So, but if I were to draw the sharper trend line, let me get my trend line. If I were to draw the sharper trend line, what I would do is click this here. I will draw another line connecting this previous lower eye with this lower eye up here. Can you see that? Hope you are getting the concept. All right, so if the new trend line I just drew, once it gets broken, then I'll be looking for entry opportunities. So By implication, I'll be looking for entry opportunities around this region. Do you see that? So I will enter a little bit earlier compared to someone who is waiting for this to get broken to enter. Okay, so that's the concept I want to explain. All right.